Welcome to jacapps Just 15 Minutes series. I'm Bob Kernan, COO of jacapps. These short webinars are designed to help you grow your mobile strategy to make your station brand stand out with your audience among all the many audio choices they have every day. In this webinar, we're going to focus on creating a higher level of audience engagement using a couple of tools in the jacapps platform. Those tools are push notifications and our user-generated content features, which enable users to send media back to your station in the form of audio, video, and photos. But first, some important statistics that show how important your digital listener is. Every year since I joined jacapps 9 years ago, these two lines have been converging. After a couple of fairly static years in 2019 and 2020, the convergence took another major step during the pandemic when so many radio listeners were out of their cars and hunkered down at home. As you can see from this chart, as of last year, digital listening makes up over a third of all time spent with radio. That means that your digital presence, especially mobile, is now almost as important as your broadcast. And some of the opportunities in the digital realm make it arguably more important. And as you can see here, leading this trend are mobile apps. While the digital space grows steadily, the preeminent device is rapidly becoming the smartphone. Not really surprising, as we use our phones for everything. It is the most ubiquitous device in our lives, and as of 2022, nearly half of all digital listening is now done on the mobile device. Your audience is willing to engage with you. As you can see here, a significant portion of your listeners are ready to let you send notifications, tell you where they are, and even give you access to their device's microphone. And while these are general numbers, I believe that if you honor your audience's trust and provide them with useful messages and fun ways to interact, these numbers can go even higher. The opportunity that this presents is to be able to communicate with almost half of your audience directly, sending them useful, relevant messages. Over a third will let you know where they are, enabling a variety of ways to emphasize one of your station's strongest value propositions, that you're an active member of the local community. And almost a quarter are ready to talk back to you through their device's microphone. So how can you put these tools to work? Key to driving user engagement is embracing the fact that your communication with the audience has to flow in both directions. For decades, this happened through call-ins, request lines, and letters to the editor. But now the audience expectations are higher. They want instant and easy. The upside to this is that in the fast-moving media flow, you can now get that audience feedback in real time and in greater numbers. This enables that communication to be more tightly tied to the context of what is happening in your programming when it is the most relevant and useful. Let's start with some simple definitions of what each of these tools are. Push notifications are short messages made up of text and graphics that are sent directly to the lock or home screen of an opted-in user's device. They can be read and clicked through to either a screen in the app or a web page. Engagement rates on these messages are typically over 80%. Our open mic, as well as our submit media features, enable a user to record an audio or video clip and send it to a designated email destination at your station. They can also select photos or videos from their phone's photo roll to send. It's a simple 3-tap process that allows them to quickly and easily become a part of your station's digital programming. These engaging tools can support your efforts in a number of ways if they're used creatively. Push messages can promote your brand's programming, encouraging new listening occasions, giving them compelling reasons to tune in. These tune-in messages can help to support your ratings efforts, and if used carefully with sponsors, can also drive revenue. The user-generated content features are also ideal for sponsor integration to generate incremental revenue. They also give you an opportunity to really include your audience in your brand's programming. encourage them to be a part of regular content features, or to include their thoughts, opinions, and passions as part of your programming. You can also bring your live events to life by getting photo and video contributions from the people who attend. Let's jump into some details with regards to collecting user-generated content. With the Submit Media feature, you can create opportunities to involve your audience in your programming. The audio feature allows a user to record a voice memo right in your app, and with just one more tap, send it to your station. The photo and video features allow the user to either access their camera to capture the media, or they can access their phone's photo roll to select an already captured photo or video. These media elements can then be directed to an appropriate email address where the media shows up as a file attachment, which you can then use on your air or digital channels. As you can see in this example here, this station actually has two instances of the feature, one for collecting audio comments and a second one for their Moose Snaps feature, which uses visual media. These features can be individually branded and labeled as meets your needs, and there is more than ample room for a sponsor banner or message. Here are a couple more examples of ways that this feature has been used. On the left, you can see there are two different user-generated content features, Report a Problem and Interact with Us. On the right, you can see how the station has added their own branding to the feature to better tie it in with their on-air promotion of it. And that promotion on your air and stream are crucial to the success of these features. They should be promoted with dedicated promotion, but more importantly, promote them in context when you're asking people to participate. This strong promotion will give them a specific reason to open or download the app, creating new awareness about what a great tool your app is, both for engagement and just listening. Let's focus for a few minutes on just the push notifications. These messages can click through to your app or to a designated URL, making them highly actionable. For apps with more than one station in them, you can even use topics to target the users of specific individual stations. As you can see, this is a powerful tool and one that you should always use with a great deal of thought and caution. It is easy to overwhelm your audience with too many messages to the point that they will disable them, leaving you with no connection to that audience member. To that end, there are a few things you should keep in mind as you develop your messaging strategy. There are a few important elements to a good push message. The first is to make sure it is both relevant and meaningful to the intended audience. It is important that it provide value to the recipient, not just to you and your business. The more you can target its message, the better, and work to develop a tone and a style that is appropriate to your brand and your audience. And of course, keep it as short as possible. These are messages intended to be received at a glance. Part of the relevance of your message is making sure it is timely. Most users will receive and read your message within a short time of receiving it. So plan accordingly and tailor the message to the time frame in which you are sending it. The third element of a good push message is giving it a strong call to action. Think about what you want the user to do. What action do you want them to take, and make that action crystal clear in the wording of the message. And wherever you link the message, make sure it is obvious why the user has been sent there. With strong relevance, the right timing, and a powerful call to action, you can find a wide variety of uses for push notifications to support your station's efforts around programming, promotion, and advertising. Again, our push messages support topics, meaning you can set up several categories of messages so that your users can opt into just the ones that matter to them. As you can see in the examples here, they can decide if they want news or weather alerts, event or program reminders, or even notifications around specific programs or hosts. Here's an example of a promotion that was done by Magic 98 in Madison, Wisconsin. They do an annual Santa tracker, where they bring together on-air and online elements to track Santa's movements on Christmas Eve. As you can see, they use push messages aggressively and have also tied in a sponsor. It has been a very successful and profitable promotion for them the past 2 years that has used mobile engagement tools in an outstanding way. A couple of warnings when it comes to using push notifications. As you are proactively pushing messages into a user's device, you don't want to be careless. Be sure not to send too many messages, especially if you decide to use them for sponsors. Be clear about what value you're delivering to the end user and what message you want them to receive and how you're asking them to respond. Once you've sent the messages, you really want to make sure to keep track of your analytics. How many people have opted in? Is the number going up or down? Are the messages being delivered and are your users engaging with them? Thanks for taking a quick 15 minutes out of your schedule today to listen to us. We genuinely want to help you put mobile to work for your brand and are always happy to talk to you about how you can better accomplish your digital goals. If you want to talk about your app strategy, our business development department and I are more than happy to set up a time to talk. If you're ready to take your mobile app strategy to the next level, give us a call or drop us an email. I'm Bob Kernan. Thanks.